All right. Test.
Test.
Test. Test.
You're gonna like it. The 3, I'm gonna give you 2.
And welcome back to Convincing Idiots, segment number 3. I'm Millennial Nick, along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. For our third and final segment this evening, we have decided to, all of us varying degrees of age here, but how in touch with the kids are we really? So we thought we would
That's
listen
why I'm not allowed at parks.
We are going to. We figured it would be fun to. This was Dean's idea to go ahead and go to the park in the first place, which we all shot down. But it was also his idea that we listen to some top 40 music, some common pop songs of the day, and find 5 of them that we've never heard before, and rank them and let you know what we thought about them. Right? Yeah. So.
And even 3 of us are old fuckers.
Even myself, like I listen to a lot of current stuff, but I kind of get trapped in my a vacuum of the things I like. Who I like. I like the artists I like.
Ooh, I got trapped in the vacuum the other day.
Yeah. Did everything come out okay? It didn't pull any skin off of it, or?
Oh, it came.
Okay.
Out all right. Just fine. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the songs. Top 40 songs. So we've picked 5 to review here. We're gonna rank them from least favorite to most favorite. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's not how I did it. No, I rated each one 1 to 5. 5 being.
Yeah, no, that's what you just said, right?
I didn't rank them.
Oh, you
rated them.
You rated them like 5 is.
I rated. Yeah.
5 stars, 1 star is not good. 5 stars.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
I didn't do that, but I can do that right now.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that.
Oh God, where's my pen? It's a whole thing.
So check up your ass. The idea
no.
for Brian, like I told you,
I gotta check my Swift Central supplies box. I can't.
When he's not on screen, he's still talking. So that's something.
Okay, we got it.
There we go.
All right. So I figured that all of us are old guys. That Nick is now becoming an old guy. Look at the hat. Anytime you have a rope at the top of your stupid hat, it shows your age.
Is that right? With the what is that? What is that on your head there? Is that
First of all, I'm not denying my oldness.
What is
that? I am an old man. You're the one denying. I've not only admitted but embraced the old man inside me. And because once a week I pay an old man to be inside me, but that's nor here nor there. All right, so we're gonna go 1 through 5. We're gonna do round robin like we do with the Idiot Mount Rushmores. So we'll name the song and the artist and tell us a little bit about it, what you thought of it. Give us a rating, and finally B, what would you listen to it again?
Okay,
and then we'll keep going around. So
cool.
I'm very excited of this premise to hear Brian, so I need Brian to go first.
Well, I listened to, there's a station on Sirius XM, Pandora Now. So what this is the most streamed, highest streamed songs on Pandora.
And shall we say this is pop music?
Pop music.
We do have the idea of doing new rock music later. This is pop music.
Yes, pop. And pop is also you could have rap,
R&B, rap. Yeah,
whatever was on this station. I figured that's probably a good place to start.
Yep.
Now I had to listen to this for 4 hours until I heard something I've never heard before. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I was going to say, how much
Brian
new
is
music
so
do you
with
listen
it.
to?
All of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it was pretty much the first maybe 6 songs. I'm like one was like a remake of a song from the 80s that someone made. Two. Sorry, there's 7 songs. two were remakes from the 80s and 90s, respectively. So I'm like, well, I'm not counting these, although I hadn't heard these versions of them before. So these are
How were they?
These were. It's okay.
I skipped one of those as well, or I came across one of those as well, and I was like,
okay.
It was like, it's getting hot in here. That was one from the 80s or 90s or something like that. Someone has done that recently. And
so
some
take off all your clothes.
No, that was actually it was Brian. It was the
2000s.
Brian's own voice in his head because he's having hot flashes.
That's right. The other was Tell It to My Heart or something like that. Taylor Dane or something.
Wow.
Tell it to my heart.
Yeah, and it was like her original recording, and they modernized it some, and they had some other artists on there too. That was not bad either.
Yeah.
Anyway, the first one I listened to was a song called Bongos by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
So this is essentially WAP Part 2, right?
I have no idea.
Well, because the WAP was the two of them, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay. It was okay. I mean, it's not the. I don't know. There were actually some actual.
This is what I was
bongos
hoping
in it.
for.
There were actually some actual bongos in it, which I thought was actually whoever was playing the bongos was very, very, very good. Somebody was really playing the bongos well and quickly and all that type of stuff. It was sort of blended into the song and all that. Again, I'm not against rap. It's nothing like that. It was just like
I'm not against you rappers.
No, nothing like that. But it was just the messaging, and it just wasn't my.
I like how they just keep saying "beat it up" over and over again.
Yeah, this was like
"beat it up."
So you know this song, Nick.
Bump, 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 bump. There was just somebody singing bump, 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 and I'm just like, okay, it's okay. It's just clearly it's not a song I would seek out necessarily again. I have heard other songs by Cardi B and other songs by Megan Thee Stallion, which is not bad. This particular one, didn't care for it a whole bunch. I gave it a rating of 2 out of 5. That's me.
All right, very good. Nick, this will be interesting because you are the youngest of us, and you also are more incorporated in and listen or tend to listen to newer stuff than us. So to find 5 songs that you've never heard, newer songs, I'm very curious.
Yeah,
please go ahead, sir.
I mean, it wasn't 4 hours like Brian, but it took him. I had to skip through some songs. I'm like, yes, I know this song.
Okay.
Yes, I know this
well,
song.
You
yes,
got to keep up, man.
Yes, I know. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one that I came across, and I'm not even familiar with this guy at all, but the song is called 500 Pounds. It's by a rapper known as Lil Tecca. Now, I'm not familiar with Lil Tecca at all, but I really dug this song a lot. It had a good beat. Apparently, this kid's like 21 years old. So I looked him up. This kid's like 21 years old. He's got braces. He's like, it's fucking his rap. Like his voice is good. Like his rap is good, and like it just this particular song.
Let me perform my rapper for you, please.
This it's your typical rap song, right? It's but it was like, I don't know, it just had a really good beat to it. I liked the vibe that I was getting from him, and I gave this one 4 stars simply for the fact that I enjoyed this one song, and it's to the point to where I want to go listen to more of his stuff. I think he's relatively newer from what I was Googling about him. Like, he's from Queens, New York, and I think he first came out in like 2018. So he's relatively newer. I really like this song. I'd never heard it before, never heard of him before. And so it's funny. I was talking about this the other day. My kids, when they play, like they turn me on to a bunch of different songs. Like, I hear stuff from them that I've never heard before. And I'll be like, my first question is, who sings this song? And Oliver just goes, I don't know. He just likes the song. He didn't care.
Sure.
For me, growing up, if I found a song by a band that I liked, it made me more curious. And I go, who is this? I want to listen to more of their catalog and hear more stuff like this that I might like. I don't know about like kids these days across the board, but like, especially like Oliver listens to all different kinds of stuff, and he's got a really great ear. He finds all kinds of really good stuff, but he does not know or care about
what the hell just happened.
What is happening?
Because you're a huge fan of that song.
Wow,
that was weird.
I wonder what happened there. That was interesting.
That is interesting.
Okay.
If you're watching the video, for some reason, Nick's screen turned, it had fireworks and stuff.
It turned
That
black
was very...
and behind him, and then fireworks
That is
went off.
super. I haven't touched the screen. My hand's right here. Anyway,
Wow.
that's super weird.
Maybe you said
Is
a
that what
word.
happened?
It made it.
Is that what happened when you like the music so much?
I
said a
guess.
secret word.
Yeah, that's what happens
All
when
right.
I say that somebody you said a secret word.
That was wild.
That's the
fun.
first. That's never happened before. Wow, that threw me off.
It's original music power, the K-Tel Music Machine with Manfred Band. Original stars, Andy Gibb. KC and the Sunshine Band. Foreigner, Kiss, Rolls-Royce, Silvers, Marvin Gaye, and ABBA. The music makes it play. Peter McCann. Powered by all top 10 hits, it's K-Tel's Music Machine.
Available at all these fine stores.
Yeah, so Oliver, finds all these really cool songs, but yeah, he's like, he has no interest. He's just like, he likes that song. He knows he doesn't care who sings it. He doesn't want to, it's whatever. But yeah, so like that was my immediate response is when I heard Lil Tecca. I was like, I'm gonna check out more stuff by him. So
Okay.
yeah, the song was 500 pounds, and I enjoyed it. I give it 4 stars because I want to hear
4 stars.
more.
Okay.
Yes,
There we go.
Dean,
The
what do you got?
secret word is
All
Lil
right.
Tecca.
Lil
Lil
Tecca.
Tecca. All right. So
500 lbs. The secret word is braces. Braces. It still didn't do it. Okay.
no.
Go, Dean. Sorry.
All right.
Wow.
So I have heard of some of these people on my list, which starting with, again, I saw her on some sort of award show or something, but her name is Doja Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
I've never heard her actual music. I've heard her.
Which song?
Or I've heard about her, and this was "Paint the Town Red."
Okay. I don't know that one.
My glasses here. It's the newest one. Paint the Town
The
Red.
newest one.
Apparently, I'm going to pull up here. I have some notes here. I'm not going to wax poetically like you two guys did. It was repetitive. The beat just kind of did the same. All of these songs are now very short. I've realized, like much shorter than like music used to be. But it was very repetitive. She has a nice voice. This Miss Cat has a very nice voice.
Miss
Yeah,
Cat.
very very nice voice.
Doja Cat, Miss Cat, if you're nasty.
There you go. The song had a good beat. I enjoyed the beat, but again, very repetitive. There wasn't a lot to it lyrically. It was a little boring. So I gave it a 3.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the worst thing I ever heard. I gave it a 3. Would I listen more? No, I wouldn't. So,
No.
All right.
Well,
Brian,
I'll tell you
Yes,
what
go
I
ahead.
bet you would like to do. You would like to paint the town red yourself.
always. Yeah.
And I would say the best way to do that, so as to go easy on Dean's old gams there, would be to treat yourself to an electric ride out on the town. Paint the town red today on your very own electric bike. And where would you find an electric bike? Well, you wouldn't have to search much further than locally here in Carrollton, Ohio. That's right. Our friends at RPM Bike Shop have the finest selection of electric bikes to offer you. If you don't believe me, you can go see for yourself by going to their website, rpmbikeshop.com. You can also check out that and all of the information about their lovely little shop on their Facebook page. Go to Facebook, search bar, type in RPM Bike Shop. There as well, you can find all the pictures of their incredible electric bikes, or drop them a line today, 330-808-7792. Listen to Doja Cat on the way and paint the town red today on your very own electric bike from RPM Bike Shop.
Mm.
Yes.
That's right.
Brian,
That's
song.
Next song I had was Summer
necessary.
Summer Too Hot.
fuck.
Summer Too Hot by Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't know he was. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, no, that one I don't.
Is
know.
that is
Go
that
ahead.
the fella that the assault charges and
hit
whatnot?
Rihanna? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh,
That was a long
shit.
time ago.
Yeah. Oddly,
Wow.
he's never really gone away. He's always he's continued to make hits and be. I mean,
All right.
Mm.
she forgave
Right.
him, so whatever.
That's I know
guess.
the name sounded familiar and I couldn't
I
remember
don't think that
why, and
works.
obviously
I don't
that's
think so.
why. So that's one reason why. So well,
Did
it
the
was
beat hit? What?
It's
That
some,
was called poor taste.
No. Come over here and taste me, motherfucker.
it was okay. I mean, it was okay.
Why,
I mean,
because you're poor? I know what poor tastes like. I can see it from over here. I don't need to taste it. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm not a huge fan of like auto-tune type singing, so there's definitely some auto-tune vocals in this. I mean, overall, it was from a putting anything the guy may have done, himself, take that out of the factor. But it was an okay song. It was good. It was a good vibe, easy beat to it, nice and chill. So I give it a 3.5 overall from a song rating perspective. But it was not
Pretty
bad.
good.
Getting into half stars. That's a good move.
Yeah.
I didn't think to do that.
Yeah, we didn't specify that, but I'm just calling it 3.5. There you go.
I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
4.875 stars. Not quite a 5, but pretty damn good.
That's right.
Easy, Ed McMahon.
All right. Oh, am I up?
Nikolai, you're up.
Yeah, Nick, you're up. Yes, sir.
The next one I heard, this one is called Popular. It's by The Weeknd and Madonna, who I think we're all very familiar with, both of these artists. I love The Weeknd, but
Me too.
had never heard this song before.
Saturdays are the best.
When I initially saw that it was by The Weeknd and Madonna, I kind of like internally rolled my eyes and went like, Madonna, like, stop, just go.
Right.
Honestly, though, very good song.
Grandma keeps screaming into the microphone. Tell her to stop.
It was a very upbeat song. It was a dancey song. It had a good groove to it. And Madonna didn't sound bad in it. She, The Weeknd starts it off, sings his verse, and then she sings her verse. They play off each other well.
She sounded like a Monday.
In this song, I feel like The Weeknd is doing one of his best ever Michael Jackson impressions. Just a lot of yeah, But I don't know. I liked it. It was like I said, it had a good groove to it. I really enjoyed it. I think The Weeknd's fantastic, and I was pleasantly surprised with Madonna in it as well. So it wasn't like amazing. I don't need to hear an entire. I don't think there is an album, but if The Weeknd and Madonna ever decide to collaborate on an entire full-length LP, I don't need to hear it. But I would give it 3 stars. It was solid. I enjoyed what I heard. I listened to it more than once. I listened to it again to, just get the whole vibe of it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Not bad. Not bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll sing all your Christmas classics. The Weeknd and Madonna.
It sounds like a
3
band,
CD.
The Weeknd and Madonna sounds like a whole band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Dennis Rodman spent a weekend there back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Backed up, he was still there. All right. So my next song is a gentleman, and I actually got this from somebody else here, but Rod Wave.
Rod Wave.
Yeah, I've never heard either. The song's called Checkmate. Look it up. It is a very sad-esque R&B, like the breakup type songs. But this, in the beginning, I don't quite understand what he's saying. Like the lyrics are a little mumbled. It did have a good beat, great voice. I honestly did throughout the whole thing dig it ultimately. Like Brian's song previous, it did have some auto-tuning going on, which gives me a little pause. But you know what? You could tell a little bit enough that he was, a good enough singer.
I don't like computers making music.
No, but I'm just saying as in the pureness of knowing how somebody sounds.
Sure. No, right. I got you. Yeah.
But ultimately, I gave it a 3, same as the last one. But this time, I would listen to something else this guy did. His name was Ron Wave, and the song was called Checkmate.
Okay.
Okay.
Brian?
Ron Wave, I think I saw he played a psychiatrist in a movie I watched the other day, I think. The name sounds familiar. Yeah. Rod Wave?
Yeah, Rod Wave.
I must be thinking of something else then. Okay.
Was he also a younger, husky-looking African-American fellow?
Perhaps. Okay, moving right along.
Well, you watched the movie.
Meltdown was the next song I listened to.
Okay.
Meltdown by Travis
Yes.
Scott and Drake.
Drizzy Drake, baby. Yeah.
I like this song.
Yeah.
I almost had that one on here.
Yeah, and when the key lyrics is you fucking crazy. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good beat. I don't necessarily seek out rap music necessarily, but when I hear something, I do appreciate when it's done well, right? I do appreciate the skill of one being able to rap well, right? I mean, it is a talent. It is a form of art.
It very much is a talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
I picture it like there's a scene in like remember Office Space. I see Brian driving up,
Michael
singing
Bolton.
and rapping. Yeah, and then
Sure.
once he pulls up, and you have to roll up his windows and pretend like he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some good rapping in this song. I liked it. I would seek out more of this, more of these guys singing together. So I gave it a 4.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Wow.
I get my ratings. These ratings, by the way, it's not like ratings against my favorite music of all time. It just in these songs and modern music, I enjoyed it and I would seek out more. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Can't go wrong with the Six God. Anytime Drake's involved, it's a win. There you go. All right.
Yeah, good. Very good. Yeah.
I have Drake actually on my list as well. So we'll get to that.
Right on. What do I? Oh, okay. I'm up and okay. So I listened to a song. For the record, I'm not a big country fan. Never really have been. Don't relate. Whatever. But
that mustache. You're not a country fan?
I'm not a country fan.
Huh.
I heard a song by a gentleman named Morgan Wallen. I know
that
of
sounds
Morgan.
like a country guy.
I know Morgan Wallen. I've heard of him. He's been in the news. He was caught on the Ring door cam dropping the N-word. So he got kicked off of being the SNL musical guest during COVID because he refused to follow COVID mandates. So I know who Morgan Wallen is. Not a fan of the guy.
He's not a great guy.
He doesn't sound too great. No, I'm not a fan of the things I hear about Morgan Wallen.
Doesn't sound like it.
I will say, I listened to a song by him called Last Night. And I got to say, I don't believe I've ever heard this, although it's kind of hard to say because it sounds exactly like all the country music songs I've heard since the 2000s. And
last night I earned my pointy hood.
It's a little ditty about a fella and his lady friend who got shit wrecked and told each other how much they hate each other. But he ain't ready to give up on her yet because it's the best dang loving he ever did have.
Sure.
Which is super healthy, as we all know. I did not enjoy what I heard. And all the things about like Morgan Wallen aside that I have heard and don't like. Like I said, he's already starting at a deficit here because I do not like country music. Unless it's Toby Keith's very first album, get it away from me. I don't care. But I'm outside of 90s country that I've heard, and I'm just not a fan of country music. So definitely starting in the hole here. But I did not enjoy my time. I was listening to this song.
That's fair.
I gave it 1 star. That was before I knew we could give it half stars, so I'm going to go ahead and give it one of them. So I'm going to give Last Night by Morgan Wallen 0.5 stars. So you can go cry in your beer at the old saloon about your low rating there, Morgan Wallen.
All right.
Sorry, not today, partner. Dino?
Fair enough. All right. So this one I got from, wasn't even from the station. This was a recommendation of Megan who has been hearing this on every time she gets the car and turns on the radio. Her name is Olivia Rodrigo. And the song is called Bloodsucker. Now, this is where I started hearing a series of breathy voices. And I don't know, do you know what I'm talking about when I say breathy?
But like the way she sit, like the
yes,
yeah,
breathy, very breathy voice, very good voice. But it's kind of a trend I've discovered. I do understand the lyrics, and they were pretty goddamn good. Like, I mean, they were pretty kick-ass lyrics. I enjoyed the lyrics. Like I said, great singer overall. The music itself. She ain't playing the fucking guitar or anything, but it was still fantastic. Lyrics were great. I did actually on this one watch the video. She looked great. It was a cool video. I don't know what judging on that, but yeah, fantastic. I'm gonna give it a 4, and absolutely, I'd listen to something else of hers again.
Nice. I would liken, if I had to explain Olivia Rodrigo to somebody, I would say that her vibe is like if you mixed Taylor Swift and Alanis Morissette. Like it's
yeah, I
like
get
that's
that.
kind of what she is. I feel like.
Okay, yeah,
she's
I'm
cool. Yeah, she's got a lot
more.
She's got a lot of good songs. She was good. She's had like four or five hits on the radio. Yeah,
it probably honestly was my favorite of what I've listened to. I'll do the spoiler alert on this, but out of my 5, that's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Brian.
All right. Very good.
Bleeding me dry like a goddamn vampire.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was kick ass.
Yeah. All right. Get you some, Brian.
That's good. I will.
That's good.
Escapism.
I'm going.
Yeah. Escapism by it's another collaboration artist called Ray, Raye, and a band 070. Or it's 070 or 070. I don't know how they say it, but 070, and it's a group.
7 odd.
Yeah, I liked it. It was not bad. It was good vocals.
007 with the 7 in the middle.
Yeah, it could be. And these were, again, no auto-tuned vocals here. It's just people singing strong vocals and some empowering lyrics. I thought it was pretty good, solid. I give it a solid 3. But I enjoyed it. I think I would seek out more from these, this collaboration, or perhaps even the groups separately there. So, but it was decent. Escapism. Mm-hmm. Nick, what have you got?
So the next one I have, this is a song called "Is It Over Now" by Taylor Swift, of course. So, I joke. I've been joking about being a Swiftie and a Taylor Swift fan, and I do appreciate Taylor Swift. But I'm
joking. Don't let him fool you.
I don't sit around and listen to Taylor Swift. I don't live under a rock. I've heard about 25 of her songs, because they're all over the radio and they're massive hits every time. But this one I had not heard. It's called "Is It Over Now," and so all joking aside, I do really like. I know it's hard when someone is so hyped up and so in your face all the time that they're like the biggest thing in music ever, and this is and they're so awesome, and they're. But seriously, like this song,
that's a criticism about this podcast. Actually,
the other songs I've heard, and this one is she's such a great storyteller. And this is a typical Taylor Swift song, right? It's a song about a boy, the guy that she broke up with, of course, and she's talking about. Painting this vivid picture of how every girl that he dates now is like her, and she's how he's trying to be with her again, but was it over when this happened? Was it over when that happened? When you did this, and she's an incredible songwriter, like she just is. Say what you will about her, whether you like her music or it's not your cup of tea. She is an incredible songwriter. She writes her own songs. She is very talented. She has a great voice, and I think that really that's my favorite thing is just her lyrics. She paints such a picture with the words in her songs, and I would give this 4 stars. Absolutely. I mean, I would, and I think it's only fair that I do start listening to more Taylor Swift if I'm going to be reporting on her every week. But sense. No, I enjoyed the songs anymore. Like, I mean, when she first came out and she was like 17, 16, whatever, and had a country album, I was like, I didn't get, but like a lot of her more pop stuff that she's been doing over the last handful of years here, like I really enjoy what I hear, and she definitely, like, her songs don't all sound the same. They're all very unique. You can tell she invests a lot in her craft, and I think she's a true artist. So Is It Over Now by Taylor Swift, I would give 4 stars, and I would recommend it. I would like to hear more from that album.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dean?
Well, not a lot of people know this, but her next song that she's going to write when Kelsey and her break up, the song's going to be called "He Got a First Down, but He Didn't Go Down on Me." Not a lot of people know that, but that's
okay.
That's in her
She's
back
already got
pocket.
it. She's got it pre-written. She's ready. I would
That's
not
right.
be surprised. I would
That's
not
right.
be surprised. I guess she dropped like when on Thursday Night Football or whatever at like midnight, she dropped like a preview of a track of like her new upcoming album. And so people have talked about like, is this all a ploy? Is it a gimmick? And I'm like, man, if it is, she's doing it so brilliantly. Like, look, she's
no shit, right?
midnight on Thursday Night Football. Like people are like, all the Swifties are gathered around. Taylor Swift's new things. Like we're gonna get a preview of a new song tonight. Oh my god, brilliant, fucking brilliant.
Girl's a fucking genius.
She's a masterful marketer.
Right. Speaking of a brilliant girl, lyrically and musically, I know of this. This is actually on the list. She was only two of them that I'd known about. Didn't really know her music though. Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
And this song was called "What Was I Made For?" I guess
that one's on my list as well.
It was on the Barbie movie, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I pulled up the video, and her's a blonde, kind of the Barbie thing, and the lyrics were great. They made sense, especially if you've seen the Barbie movie. It makes a lot of sense. Like the lyrics work perfectly. I don't know if she wrote it and they just had it come to the Barbie movie, or she wrote it for it. I don't know.
It sounds like she wrote it for that. Like it's very literal.
It's way too perfect for it, right?
Right.
But again, I have heard like clips and like small parts of her songs in the past. This one's very breathy. It's very melodic. Again, like I said, very good lyrics. Good, but there's not much to it. It wasn't like it didn't blow me away. But I did give it a 4. Out of everything I've heard tonight, I enjoyed it, and I'd listen to more of her stuff.
Yeah, I also had that. That was actually what I'll pivot because I did hear. I did hear another one similar, but that was actually my 5th one that was going to be on my list. But I was going to say same as you. Like it didn't blow me away. It was a really nice. It was a pretty song, and
it was.
I think Billie
Eilish. Good word for pretty.
Yeah, she reminds me a lot of like the way her career's gone, or like kind of how she burst onto the scene with so much popularity, and then has shown this other side to herself, and all these different ballads and the different styles that she likes to do. She reminds me of Lady Gaga. Like Lady.
Oh.
Yeah. Lady Gaga did that. She came up with a lot of poppy stuff, big hits, big club songs and stuff like that. And then, just started kind of using that freedom to kind of spread her wings artistically and do a lot of different styles of music and try different things. So, yeah.
And am I the only one that gets whatever picture to the next? Her eyes are either really sexy or really scary.
Yes. Yep.
Right? Am I right on that?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Good.
Correct.
Brian, what do you got next?
My 5th song is called Good Good. Another collaboration.
Good.
Yeah, between Usher, who's going to do the Super Bowl.
I believe it's pronounced Ursher.
Yeah.
Sheer. Sheer.
Joaquin Phoenix. No, I'm kidding.
What?
No, Usher.
Say what?
Summer Walker and 21 Savage all got together for this. That's right. Good song. And this was an actually very good. Again, no auto-tune here either. It's some very nice vocals and harmonies with Usher and Summer Walker, and some very solid rapping by this 21 Savage kid. So I thought it was good. Good easy beat. Again, the rapping was solid. The whole thing combined, I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.5. It was my highest rated song of my group, and I would go back and listen to more. So again, good.
Good by
Usher, Summer Walker, and 21 Savage.
Right. I mean, if you're giving it that high of a rank, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know Usher was still like doing newer stuff. Like, I
didn't know that
I knew he was playing the Super Bowl,
No.
but I figured it was like a nostalgia act kind of thing. I mean,
Right.
But Usher's always had such a great voice. He's an incredible singer. He's got a great voice.
So is that everybody's 5?
No, that was your 5. We each have one
That was
more.
your 5.
Oh, go right ahead then.
Nick?
So for my, this is one I'm gonna come up with on the fly because I also heard it, and it also is a Barbie song. I think it was also on the Barbie soundtrack. It was Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, and so it's called. I think it's just called it's called Barbie Girl or Barbie World, and it samples the Aqua song from the 90s.
Okay.
I'm a Barbie girl, and that's in the background. So this was a cool song though. Like it was just a bad bitch anthem, man. It was cool, as Nicki Minaj does. It was very it's a good, like, Nicki Minaj raps, and Ice Spice was just
Girl
on
power.
SNL. She's on, yeah, and it's just very an empowering song, and they get what they want, and all this stuff. So, but it was a cool song. I enjoyed it. I didn't write it down because it wasn't initially one of my 5, but I would probably give it, let's see. I would probably give it it's a short song though. I'd give it a 3. 3's good. It was solid. It was fine. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to go listen to the whole Barbie soundtrack, or, I like Nicki Minaj songs I hear here and there. I'm not super impressed with Ice Spice, but Nicki Minaj I think is cool and super fucking hot. But yeah, I enjoy Nicki Minaj, so I'll give it a 3. That's my 5.
Very good.
Excellent.
All right, so my number 5 and the last one of this topic here. I know you guys might be surprised that I've enjoyed some of these songs because I am, some might call grumpy.
Curmudgeon.
That's good. And you're expecting me
Frumpy?
to shit on things. Well, that's more talking about my physical appearance, but thanks. I appreciate that. So with my last song, buckle up, kids, because we're here. This is Drake featuring J. Cole, called First Person Shooter. If anybody's familiar, I actually wrote down dog shit after that because all they did was just fucking rhymed on it. They just found words that sounded like fucking. Like it didn't make a fucking sense. It didn't make a lick of sense. They just put words that sounded like other words right after another. So let's see, dog shit. It's not really my thing. Sounds a lot like many other R&B songs I've heard like this, where it's just da 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 da. It's just a machine gun of lyrics that didn't make sense of the lyrics. Right? It just seemed like words after words, like some fantastic rap artist do it and like create a story, like actually give you lyrics. This just sounded like words following fucking words, right?
So that's on Drake's new album that just came out like 2 weeks ago, called For the Dogs, and it's actually one of my favorite tracks on it.
Oh well,
I loved it. Because it's like, that's because of what you said. It's like a machine. It's just da 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 da. Like, it's just, I love it.
Yeah, it makes sense. It just rhymes, right? That's all it was. I think I tried to understand what he was talking about. I think that he was just talking about being that somebody disrespected him. That's kind of the sort of gist I got. Am I right?
Yeah.
Nikolai? I mean,
they'll always try to come for the sixth god, but they never succeed.
Well, whatever that means. So yeah. Again, I didn't know we could go lower than a 1. Can I go 0 or negative?
All right. Sure.
I'll go 0. I'll go 0.
You're gonna take stars away.
I don't want to be mean and go negative. I go 0. Like this was whatever sort of animal you want to shit on the floor and then step in it and then whatever. That's what this was. Am I going to listen to more? Drake, I'm sorry, pal, but actually I've heard of you, but I don't, and that's actually where we're going to keep it. So. That
was one of our a review we had on Apple Podcasts. I think was something like that. Words just following words.
Except the "I've heard of you" part. It didn't have that on
it. Okay, that's everybody's 5 then, yeah?
Just a half rung below Drake, convincing idiot. That's not a bad track.
That's pretty good.
It's a t-shirt, if you ask me.
We'll take it.
Half a rung below Drake.
So now, what you get? So listening to these songs, did it make you guys feel like you are completely out of touch with new music? Are you sort of in
Yes.
touch? Do you want to listen to more, or just every so often is okay?
That's a
or
good question.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with more of my what I listen to normally. Go ahead, Dean.
It kind of made me want to listen to a couple different things, like the Rodrigo girl and who was it, Billie Eilish.
Sure,
I've seen Billie Eilish and whatnot, and I've never even began to think about listening to her. But like now, I actually think I might pull up some of her stuff and see how it sounds.
Yeah, she's been on SNL a couple of times. I'm just like,
Okay.
yeah, she is just super talented, really good.
Billie Eilish hosted one time and musical.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
She did one.
I've heard her on podcast, and she's a good like her and her brother doing podcasts are fantastic.
Yeah, he's a
they're
big
cool
producer.
sounding people.
Yeah,
I just never figured it. What Phineas? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I just never figured the music was for me, so I never even thought to. And I'm sure I've heard like if you played me something that was on in the background somewhere, I'd be like, oh, okay, I've heard that. So maybe it's something like that, but I've never actually searched out. But actually, I think I might actually now. So yeah.
Nick, what do you think?
It didn't make me feel out of touch, but it did make me realize how, like I said, you get into the artists that you like and the grooves that you like, and you kind of stay there sometimes.
Foghat.
I definitely I didn't. There was only Lil Tecca was the only one I'd never heard of before. I knew I was familiar with all these artists that came across here, and the types of music, like stuff that I'm familiar with listening to. But yeah, it definitely made me think, like, to myself that I should probably more often kind of put a top 40 thing on shuffle, see what you can find, see what kind of artists you like. Like I said, tomorrow at work, I will be listening to the new Lil Tecca album just to hear what the rest of that sounds like.
Very good.
But yeah. So it was very cool. This was a good idea. Brian?
Yeah, I mentioned we do want to do this similar thing with modern rock. We'll do that on another episode as well. But this was okay. I mean, I feel completely out of touch. I mean, at least I've heard of some of these artists, not all. It really. I mean, I feel like the newer music isn't not necessarily super innovative to things that I've heard for many years now, frankly. However, at the end of the day,
they invented the wheel.
Yeah, but if you give, for me personally, if you give me just like, probably many people would say the same thing, give me solid vocals, no auto-tune shit, good harmonies, good vocals, a good beat to the song.
You can mix in the auto-tune. Just don't make it the whole song.
I agree with you, and I like the blending of some good talented rap. I like all that. I don't care about I don't need, for me, like super violent or this or that. I'm not into that, but just just good solid rap music is great. So anyway, well, I listened to a bunch more, and maybe here and there, but at least it was something I didn't feel completely overwhelmed listening to. Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Now unwind with a scotch and listen to some Little Tecca. Some miniature Tecca.
That's right. And you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, so that's a nice setup. So maybe this weekend I'm going to sit back.
A nice bourbon and some Bone Thugs in Harmony.
I like that. Yeah, maybe a nice bourbon with some Usher.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit back and enjoy my new tattoo that I showed earlier.
Yeah.
And you know what I did to get that tattoo? I looked up Golden Heart Tattoos on Facebook at Golden Heart Norton, Norton. They're also online, goldenhearttattoos.com. And I called Scott at 234-706-2982. We had a personal appointment, got in there. The shop's super clean. Scott does great work, as does his partner as well. Is it Greg?
Greg.
Gary. Greg.
Gary.
Very nice guy.
Gary. Who is this Gary character?
Who is this Gary character? Very good. Weird science. Greg, super. Yeah, he was also he had a couple clients when I was in there with Scott, so he was busy as well, doing great work. So
I was just thinking
check them out.
I don't mean to step on your ad read, but fun fact, I don't think their phone's plugged in or they don't answer it. One of the two. So maybe just message them on the Facebook page, because we were talking about that last time I was in there. They don't have a phone hooked up. So
yeah,
maybe don't.
We'll stop reading the fucking phone number if they don't pick up the goddamn thing. That's all right. Find
Go
it
down
somehow.
there in
Well, they have
person.
to- there's-
Google
they-
the
they-
address and go
knock
down
on
there.
the door.
There's 3 people in
Right.
there, and they're always tattooing, and nobody stops to pick up the phone, and they just just message them.
Well, if you get a hold of them, they'll do great work for you at a very reasonable price and everything. So there you have it. So go check them out, gentlemen. We have done it.
We have done it.
The second episode of season 3,
That's right.
Oof.
year 4. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm gonna go turn on some R. Kelly and pee in myself.
It's a fine idea. That's a fine idea. Nick,
It's our senior year. We can do what we want.
that's
That's
right. Exactly right. That's
right.
exactly right. I wish you had auto tune. I would have you do auto tune, Nick, maybe outro, but you don't have that. So
If you would like to find us, you can go to. I don't know how well it's working.
No, you
That's
gotta
pretty
keep
good.
that
That's not
subject up
bad.
the whole time.
pretty
To
good.
our link tree and then go to all of our social media accounts. Convincing idiots link tree. This is just not enjoyable to listen to. Go to our Convincing Idiots link. Anybody that no one's gonna find us on our link tree. They're just gonna give up on this. Go to our Convincing Idiots link tree. How might you do that? Well, much like you would if you were auto-tuning a brand new record. If you were behind the control panel, you would get behind those keys. But in this instance, you would type into Google Convincing Idiots Linktree, LINKTREE, and find links to all of our social media accounts, as well as where we can be listened to each and every week on this podcast platform, or your favorite podcast platform. We can also be found on our website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I'm Millennial Nick.
I'm the Zennial Dean.
21 Savage, Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to get hip with us? Keep it hip with the kids for another episode of Convincing Idiots next week.
I think I broke my hip.
Chill.
Zennial Dean, Gen X Brian, Millennial Nick. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe.
Ham gravy.
Boy, I just don't like to show off my talent so much. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People start asking for
I
autographs.
get it. Yep, I get it.
I just don't need that in my life, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad not being part of this global podcast.
Mm-hmm. Hard to go anywhere.
And you're like, have people like, not only, oh my God, I see you're with those 2 other handsome fellas, and now you do that amazing stuff with your mouth. I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need
Too
that.
much pressure. Yeah.
It is. I don't need that in my life.
I only came at the tail end of that, but I assume it was self-praise. I don't.
No, we were talking about your mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.